Everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started with our business meeting. Today's date is April 22nd, 2025. The time is 2 p.m. In attendance are Commissioners Eberline and Matari. Commissioner Duncan is out today. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we will begin with a moment of silence. Okay, next up is the pledge. Jeff, could I get you to start us, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda? I have items 17 and 18 to be pulled. Do we need a motion for that? No. Okay. First up, public comment. Would anyone like to speak? Hearing nothing. Next item is meeting minutes, and I'll make the motion. I move that we approve the meeting minutes, items 1 through 5.
I agree.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, consent calendar. I move that we approve the consent calendar, items 6 through 10.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. And for the payables, I move that we approve the payables for April 14 through 18, 2025, in the amount of $745,809.18, and jury panel payments in the amount of $2,137.33.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Okay, first business item, number 12, renewal of a 3-year 700 megahertz MOU with the Coeur d'Alene School District and our 911. And Colin McCroy, you on the phone?
Yes. Excuse me. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Colin McCroy, County Sheriff's Office, 911. This is the standard radio 700 megahertz renewal with Coeur d'Alene School District. They have some radios on the system for their security department for mutual aid, and they would like to continue having those radios, and it's just standard renewal for their MOU.
And it's already been reviewed by legal?
It has been already reviewed by legal.
Great. Any questions? I move that we approve the renewal of the 3-year 700 megahertz MOU with Coeur d'Alene School District and our 911.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, item 13. Thank you. 2025 aerial imagery contract. Pictometry International Corp with our IT department and David Christensen.
Hi, Commissioners. Dave Christensen from GIS IT. Bringing to today the aerial imagery contract, as you stated, with Pictometry. This is one that we do every year. The funds for this were approved during the normal budgetary cycle. Today, I'm just bringing you the contract. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Questions? No? I move that we approve the 2025 aerial imagery contract with Pictometry International Corp and our information technology.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 14, board approval request. This is Invoice 1755 for IT equipment at 324 Garden Avenue, and it's the Justice expansion with our Building and Grounds Director, Jeff Fuller.
Commissioners, before you is the invoice, as you mentioned, from Access Unlimited. This is for the materials that have gone into the Justice Center for all of the IT and cabling network to set up our internal system for that. This was a budgeted expense, and we just need your approval for payment due to the size of the invoice, and we would also request that we expedite the cutting of a check for this. due to the fact that we were a little bit delayed in getting this invoice processed because it was with David Mendez and we thought he was doing it, and we finally now have IT set up to approve these invoices in the system.
And we know what budget it's coming out of, and everything's good with
CIP
that?
budget, yeah.
Okay. No questions?
Nope.
All right, I move that we approve the request to pay invoice 1755, IT equipment for 324 Garden Avenue Justice Expansion with our Building and Grounds.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 15, lease termination, AAL-2003-020. It's an airport lease with William Hamilton in our airport and Kim Stevenson.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Kim Stevenson for the record. Mr. Hamilton is selling his hangar, so we are requesting lease termination of AAL 2003-020.
Thank you. Questions? I move that we approve the lease termination of AAL-2003-020, the airport lease document with William Hamilton and our airport.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Next up, item 16, ground lease AAL-2025-600, and it's the airport lease document, HubiesProperties, L.L.C., with our airport, and Ms. Stevenson again.
Kim Stevenson again for the record. HubiesProperties is purchasing Mr. Hamilton's hangar, 13,051 square feet for an annual revenue of $3,275.80, and we are requesting approval of ground lease AAL 2025-600.
Thank you. Questions?
Nope.
I move that we approve ground lease AAL-2025-600, airport lease document with HubiesProperties, LLC, and our airport.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. 17 and 18 have been removed, so we'll go to 19. This is Resolution 2025-39, purchase of a new vehicle with trade-in. Our Assessor's Office and Jason Ferris, please.
Jason Ferris, for the record. Thank you, Commissioners. This is just the resolution that you requested last week. It should have been attached to the prior, but yeah, it's the resolution that you requested to go with the trade-in.
Thank you. Questions? All right. I move that we approve Resolution 2025-39, purchase of a new vehicle with trade-in in the Assessor's Office.
So be it.
Thank you.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 20, Resolution 2025-42, Axon sole source resolution with our Sheriff's Office in the jail, Captain Jeremy Heil.
Lieutenant Nate Norris for the record, and we're just seeking the board's approval for the resolution for the sole source agreement with Axon.
Thank you. Questions?
Nope.
I move that we approve Resolution 2025-42, Axon sole source resolution with the Sheriff's Office.
So be it.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, item 21. This is a request to approve a tax deed property offer to purchase, number 50, and is in November 03, W066810. We have Lazar and Blomgren, and it's a BOCC item, and we received 2 bids. So we should go ahead. You want to open those up?
Sure. Oh, I cut it in half.
Oh. Dave, you want us to read these into the record? Yeah. Okay, this is from James and Marianne Blomgren, and they have provided a cashier's check for $2,200. Thank you. And this is from Mark Lazar. and he provided a check for $500. And I believe our Community Development Department recommended that the Blomgrens
Yes, sir.
get that, and they also gave us the largest dollar amount. So unless you have any questions,
Nope.
I'm going to go ahead and make the motion for it. I move that we award the bid for the tax deed property to James and Mary Ann Blomgren in the amount of $2,200 for AIN 121156, which is 50N03W066810. That's with the BOCC.
Do it.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. So, Dave, that was sufficient for the motion? All right. Next up, item 22, board approval request. This is the Historic Preservation Commission World War II Heritage City cover letter approval, and it's an action item, and Jonathan Mueller. Come on down.
To make that green, correct?
Yep.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for your time. I'm here today for two items. The first is the World War II Heritage Site application cover letter. We talked to you about this, I think, about a month or so ago, and we're ready to make that submittal, and so we'll need your 3 signatures on the cover letter to make that application on behalf of Kootenai County becoming the state of Idaho's only World War II heritage site as part of the National Park Service's World War II Heritage Program. And so we're here today to secure that. So if you have questions or anything about what we're doing, there's no cost to the county. We've worked diligently with a number of folks, volunteers, putting together the package, and we're ready to go.
Thank you. Any questions?
Nope. Just never let it happen again.
Yeah. Yeah. I move that we approve the request for the Historic Preservation Commission World War II Heritage City cover letter.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. And then our final business item, number 23, Historic Preservation Commission FY26 budget review, and Jonathan Mueller again.
Again, John Mueller for the record, Historic Preservation Commission. Before you today is a budget request for the year. Initially, we had started out with Leanna, about a month ago, kind of taking a look at last year, what our budget was, what we spent money on, what we didn't, understanding that we had the grant from the America 250 program coming in to celebrate and to do some things with the courthouse. We set that budget, moved forward, and then received a letter from the legislature that that grant had been canceled. And so as we talked through the issue, we thought we would come back to you to look at funding the items that we had put in that grant request through our fund balance, which will continue to do some of the things we had talked about, which was the photo exhibit in the new justice facility. That was part of that. And then establishing the countywide historic net to enhance tourism and also to kind of bring some things into alignment. There was also, I think, a web brochure that was also put together. And so the fund balance request is, I think, outlined in this summary sheet if you have that in front of you. And we would respectfully ask for this change and approval by the board.
Any questions?
How much is it going to cost?
Well, I do have some questions. The money originally, the $20,000 in previous years, that was grant money provided, or it says miscellaneous payments?
Well, I think as I'm looking at it,
And that's the detailed or more detailed one.
is that line 4885 is what you're looking at?
That is 8299.
Commissioner Matari, Brandy Falcon for the record. I think that miscellaneous payment in prior years was the money that was given to the museum.
Oh, I see it down here. Yes, that's correct. I see where you're looking now.
Okay. All right, because last year, or the 25 budget, we have about 9,000 in your budget.
Correct. But we
20.
also have a fund balance of unused funds that's accumulated over a number of years.
Yeah, okay. So this is your own fund balance then?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
And that's what we're requesting to be able to use to, in lieu of the money that has not come in from that grant.
yeah.
Now, just to be clear, the letter that we received from the legislature, in my opinion, was a bit ambiguous. They have talked about the program being canceled, but they've also talked about an ongoing review and that some projects might be funded. I'm going to write a letter for clarification. Are things funded or not funded? Are we supposed to reapply or whatever?
Yeah.
If in fact we are funded, then we would step back and use that grant. But they've put the brakes on the whole program pending review.
Okay.
And so to continue with what we have talked to you a little bit about, we devised this approach to come use fund balance to fund these initiatives going forward.
Okay, so it's your fund balance, it's not the county's necessarily. It's something that's been accumulating in your...
Correct.
And so really, it's either, it's money that just was never spent from previous years.
Correct. There's no new taxes, no new anything. And so all we're asking for is the authority to use this if we have to.
For the 250th.
A celebration.
Celebration
and that grant that we have
of-
a line, that we sat down and reviewed with you and you approved earlier.
Yeah, so, no, and any questions at all?
No?
No? All right.
And I just had a clarifying question. Brandy Falcon from the auditor's office. So this is for your FY26 budget,
Correct.
which we'll deliberate on this spring and summer.
That's correct.
And then so it'll be formally approved this fall when our next year's budget is adopted. So today, I think, was just some discussion, but the formal approval will come when we adopt next year's budget.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
And certainly we wanted to be clear with what we were asking so there's no mysteries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this, if I'm looking at it right, there was a fiscal 25 year where it's like $9,400, and so this one was 29,000 and change.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
And then I would expect that probably that would go down back to the previous amount in
It does.
in
It goes back down.
subsequent years.
Yeah. So, okay.
Looks like a wash.
Okay, thank you. I would just note for you guys, one of our committee members was notified that she was recognized by the State Historical Board with an Esta Perpetua Award for her work in historic preservation, Lori Mauser. And so that's really good news for the county and our committee and the work that she's done on behalf of the county. And that is, it's a big deal. So
Very good.
thought we would let you know that. So again, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for what you do. Appreciate it. It's an
so-
all-volunteer board, so thank you. All right, that concludes business. Public comment? None? All right, 2:18, meeting adjourned.